not a lot of thinking going on.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question. For you to shed some insight on, if you could. I've heard someone say that prison saved their life. They're, obviously now they rail against it and they talk about how awful it is, and now they fight to change it. But as far as preserving someone's life, how does that resonate with you?
It resonates as true because I'm one that can say that prison saved my life. And this is how. Because I was on the path of wanting freedom. Mm-hmm. But with this freedom that I wanted, I still needed money to live. But I didn't want to work. So I started selling drugs, and that was the answer for me. Okay, I can sell drugs and make money to live, and I get to have the freedom to go and live and be and do as I please. However, that is not an effective way to live for me. Now, it might work for other people, but for me, that didn't work. So I come in prison on a crime that I did not commit, and I had a conversation with God when I was in RNGC. I'm in that cell alone, and I'm like, okay, my mother can't carry me through this situation. I have to do it for myself. And it was like a question and an answer going on within myself. And it was more of it's going to take some sacrificing, some discipline, and some self-awareness. And you will make it out of this situation. However, you got to evolve. And when that happened, it's like there was a shift in me. I don't have 32 years to be playing in the penitentiary. So I have to take life seriously. For me, everything is serious. I don't, from the big to the small, it's serious because the little things add up and it matters. So I use a long compass within for what's right and what's wrong. And it varies from person to person. But the life that I was living was wrong for me. God had something else in store. And when I'm speaking of God, I'm just speaking of something higher, bigger, and greater than myself. Because we all have a plan, a purpose, and a destiny in life. So I wasn't living according to mine. And with the discipline, I was getting better. And it's just like life unfolded in such a way that never would have unfolded on the path that I was on. But me having that time to sit back and reflect and actually think and learn the intricate details of thinking, it changed my life. But I had to get that for myself. Like, nobody taught it to me. Nobody gave it to me and said, this is the way. Life unfolded and my inner being showed me the way and the path. And that's how prison saved my life.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah. But now it's time to go. Hey. Now it is time to go. I got it.
Yeah.
I understand what I needed to do. It's time to go.
Yeah, you ready to get to it. I hear you. There was a lot. So I'm gonna just carry on with what you're saying. So when I started to get it, and I still ain't got it yet, but when I began to want to get it, I really resonate with what you said. It's like you have to find it. In my case, I had to like look around for people and piece it together. But you're not out actively looking. You're just kind of existing until you find those pieces. And when you see them, you try to bring them into your life. But it's a trial and error out here. Huh?
But look, it's a little different though.
Talk to me.
Because it was like I was knocking, and as I'm knocking and I'm looking and I'm seeking, then I'm finding. It wasn't like it all just fell on my lap. It was first the desire to know. It was first a desire for higher truth and something beyond what I'm seeing and what I'm being told for me to seek it out for myself. And as that desire grew within me, then life unfolded. But it wasn't until, like I say all the time, it started with me wanting to know Jesus and his intent and purpose for what he came here to teach us. And when I found the answers, it was away from religion that I found all the answers I was looking for.
Yeah.
So, life became amazing after that point. But it was me seeking Jesus.
It's hard for me to imagine. I know you said it, but it's hard for me to imagine a version of you that doesn't want to work. You know, I didn't know you back then, but did you really not want to work? Like trapping, I don't know what you...
Listen, let me tell you how deep it was.
Talk to me.
My mother paved the way for me. I started working at American Axle at 18 years old. I worked there for 6 years, making $25 an hour. And I created this life of selling drugs. I didn't have to sell no drugs. I didn't have no kids. So I'm making $25 an hour. I was good.
Yeah.
I created this life of fucking madness. I created it. And now that I know that I created it, I know that I can recreate and reimagine what life is supposed to be for me. And it ain't that. No more of that. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want to work because I had the best job, and I didn't want it.
Would you say is the lifestyle addictive, or is the lifestyle is it fun?
Hell yeah, it was. It was a little of both. It was addictive and it was fun because within myself, it's like you tell yourself a lot of things that's just not true to condone the shit that you're doing. And my thing was, everybody loves me. They rather deal with me. I'm making sure it's good for them. I'm making sure they're getting the best possible scenario for their situation.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. But I really believed it when I was in it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit made sense to me, but no, that's bullshit. I don't have to have a hand in none of that.
So, when looking back and with that approach on it, do you feel like a guilty? Like, how do you process the impact of your behavior or your decisions on other people in your community?
No, I don't feel guilty because it was when it was. All that guilt and all that stuff keep you heavy. Like, I never abused or, like, did people wrong. Like, I wasn't being dirty in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
I kept it as clean and nice as it could be for that situation. Like, I didn't have all those horrible experiences in it. It was like good people, and but it was still not right for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something else I was supposed to be doing in my life for the whole, for all of society, and it's not adding destruction. I'm supposed to bring the light and the love, and I felt like, I'm bringing the love, but I'm carrying it with darkness, and it don't match. It don't match.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: if you were to, this is like a hypothetical that we know is not going to happen, but let's just say you never got out of prison. What would you? Could you still?
We ain't saying that. No.
Okay. When you get out. You're right. After you get out, what are you going to do in connection to prison to really demonstrate that this isn't just about you, but you're trying to create some change? What are you going to do for the people inside?
I'm definitely going to be involved in org life, and my ultimate goal is to have my own organization that's reaching back to the women particularly, but I never want to exclude people, so whoever comes to me for help, they're going to get that. But it's going to be geared toward the needs of women because I experienced so many things that either showed me what was needed or the pain of what I didn't receive. And I want to do something better for the people.
Are you going to wait until you get out to create that, or are you going to start it this year?
No, I'm starting now. Now, originally, that was my mindset. Oh, I'm going to do all these great things when I get out of here. Mm-hmm. But something clicked in my head to where, what am I doing with my moment of now? Like, if I'm projecting my life in the past, that shit's painful, and it's not doing nothing for now. If I live in the future, I cease to live now. So I take my every moment and do the most and the best I can do. And with that, again, life unfolded in another layer for me, even in here, because I had a basic porter job making $16 a month for 11 years in the penitentiary. So, as soon as I decided that I wanted to do something different, I want to serve my community and not just live for myself, I got a job as a tutor. I didn't want that job. That wasn't what I sought out to do. I thought I was going to be in the unit tutoring because I don't like to lead a unit. But I ended up tutoring at the school building. Then I get the position as a hospice PPCAA, comforting people that's in their final stages of life. I do a hearing impaired assistant to where people that's hard of hearing and deaf, I go around and let them know like what's going on in the facility. And now I'm the vice president in LA, and I have a committee, an actual innocence wrongful conviction committee. So I'm staying busy with the works and trying to enlighten my community, and I facilitate NA, Narcotics Anonymous, and I use that really therapeutically with the people, and it's like it get real intense in the sessions to where we get to really break down this addiction cycle and the sickness and the thinking, because it's all in the thinking.
I want to ask you to elaborate on that. Okay, let me see where we at in this call, because there's a lot of different places we can go, and I want to make sure that I'm answering if you got any questions for me as well. Let me just put a plug in and say, the last 10 minutes of you talking is fire. We need to clip that out. Larry and I were talking about something last night. I brought up the idea of like maybe doing a discussion about you and your case, and pinning that to the top of your Facebook page for a little while. But I think there's nothing better than you speaking on your own behalf, or leading with speaking on your own behalf, when you're as fired up as you are this morning. I don't know if you had an extra cup of coffee. Yeah.
So once you go ahead and light my fire, I'm off and going. But I need to feed, and this environment is not allowing substance for me to feed on. That's why I need to come out of this environment so I can really thrive in life.
So you saying that like
this environment holding me back?
Yeah, you're saying in less words that when your brain, your development as a human, your existence to some degree is stifled. You can't grow much further. I don't know if you've ever heard of the law of the lid, but basically you can't grow much further than the circumstances around you. You need new challenges because you've learned everything prison is supposed to teach you without even needing. Yeah.
And beyond, yes.
I can't.
All my lessons come within. Like, it's not many more external lessons that's happening. It's all internal. Like, I spend a lot of time going in with the silence. I put them earplugs in my ear, and I just go inside to see what it is that I need to be doing, what it is that I need to know, and what tools do I need to sharpen.
Yeah. I can't wait to sit down and have a conversation with you in person when that day comes, and kind of better understand what that journey is like, because I think there's a lot of people who care and sympathize out here, but they forget that inside of prison, we're kind of counting on people like you to make it not as bad as it is, not as because we know the guards ain't gonna do it, and we know that the state ain't gonna do it. But like you really influence the community around you, and you have like that's a skill, that's a science because you've got to be uh aware of shit that people out here just ain't never got to think about. So I hope we get to talk about that sometime too. But we are at the heads up. We're at the shit. About the 20. We're at the 25-minute mark.
Well, I'll say this and we'll end it here. But community and anybody that's listening to this, anything y'all want to have discussions about, any questions that you may have, fire them at me. I need that spark of life. I need that spark. So I need you, each and every one of you. Shoot it my way. Let's go.
What's your JPay for people who don't have it? How can they connect with you?
Tamerra Washington.
Okay.
486364.
Okay, so they download the JPay app, search for inmate in state of Michigan, and that number is one more time.
486364.
Okay. I hope to hear from you today. I love the conversation. You got me fired up. You got me ready to go do some.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm check. What's your schedule like today?
I have to work after the count time, so
okay.
I could possibly call you back at 10 o'clock if you need me to, or I could call you at 3.
At 3, let's shoot for 3. You know I'm off today, so I'm finally able to sit down and get some stuff going. I wanted to connect you with this person. I don't know if you connected with her or not. Do you know a Cynthia Leonard?
No, but it sounds familiar.
Okay, she's the one that hosts that group, the philosophy group that I was talking to you about, or that one that you called in on. Hang on just a second. Hey Cynthia, how you doing? I'm excited. I just called you. Probably bad timing, but I'm on the phone with Tamerra Washington, the lady who I was telling you about. She called in at the last discussion, and I wanted to make sure that I understood right that she's welcome or invited to the philosophy discussions. Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure I could tell her that. Okay, what times and dates are those?
Well, we do it every Thursday and Saturday morning, and sometimes we have a lecture on Saturday night. Thursday is 8 o'clock at night.
Thursday, 8 o'clock at night, and Central Time.
9 o'clock your time.
9 o'clock Eastern.
And
Saturday
happens at 11 a.m. Central Time.
Okay, Saturday at noon Eastern.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna see if she can patch in and we can try to get some of her input. I think it'll be good. I'm gonna call you shortly if that's okay. In a little while.
Well, I'm still waiting for my call back from last.
Okay. Well, I'm on Tamerra's time, so I'll catch you soon. Love you. Love you too. Bye. All right.
You say
Saturday at noon Eastern, and which is perfect for me if you're able to, because I don't go until 5.
Yeah.
Thursday night. Hell, actually, I'm off Thursdays too. So shit. I don't know if you're free that time or if you're doing count. But
8 o'clock? No, I'm good at 8.
It's 8 Central, so it's 9 Eastern. What was you saying?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I think that this. I think I'm real excited about this. I'm ready to post this. Obviously, I'm gonna clip out this part where I'm talking right now. If there's anything that you specifically want to make sure that I clip out, or if anything that you was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say that. Okay. It was real. That was good. That was like real. It was flowing. That felt like it to me.
Yeah, that was my heartstring. I feel the warmness in my heart right now. That's that passion that's waking up.
Yeah.
Hey,
It,
I be needing those wake ups because I'm just fucking. This shit here is.
You have 1 minute remaining.